The moment that everyone's been waiting for from DC Fandome, the Snyder Cut trailer has arrived. Does it deliver? We're going to discuss it right now. Before we get into the video, Access Blockbusters is bringing you all the coverage from DC Fandome, so be sure to subscribe to get notified of any future videos and news that are coming out this weekend. So the Snyder Cut trailer was perhaps one of the most anticipated things coming from this weekend. Everybody knew that Zack Snyder was going to have a panel about his Justice League film, and he was going to drop a trailer. And so, just like clockwork, he did. Now, can I be honest with you guys for a second? And I have a feeling that everyone's going to click off the video right here, right now, but I'm just going to say it. Both before watching the trailer and after seeing the trailer, I'm not excited for the Snyder Cut. Not that I'm completely not wanting to see this movie, because I am curious at the very least, but I'm not over the moon like a lot of people are. So for those of you who are still here, well, let's talk about it. So one random thing to point out is that the entire aspect ratio for this trailer, at least when I was watching it on the DC Fandome website, it was like oddly cropped. I don't know, the edges weren't in the full aspect ratio. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but anyways, that's a completely different story. And another note is the music. It was a really interesting choice. Hallelujah. I was not expecting that in the slightest. Maybe that's a slight nod to Zack Snyder saying hallelujah because he actually got to make the Snyder Cut. I don't know. Another thing he mentioned at the panel, and we're going to do a full breakdown of everything that happened at DC Fandome in the next couple of days, but he did mention that the Snyder Cut would be in 4 parts, an hour long each. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of Snyder Cut. And from what I could tell, about 90% of the footage that he showed in this trailer, it was about a minute or 2 minutes, it was all new. It was basically all the stuff that Zack Snyder had not been able to put in the film and that Joss Whedon had cut out. And as it goes with any Zack Snyder film, there is a lot of slow motion in this trailer, as you would expect. I mean, it is Zack Snyder's Justice League. You do know what you're getting in for. The opening, there's just a lot of slow motion character shots, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Batman, etc. Zack Snyder did mention that Cyborg would be the heart of this movie, and that they would explore his backstory a lot more, which is a good thing, I think. Interestingly enough, though, they did show that same scene, which is, I guess, going to be in the Justice League Snyder Cut, of Aquaman underwater talking to Mira in that weird bubble thing. And just from what I saw, it just looked a lot more apocalyptic, right? Like, you can tell that Zack Snyder really wanted to include some scenes with Darkseid. Steppenwolf is still there. He still doesn't look that great, in my opinion. Like, honestly, he was really one of the worst parts of the original Justice League, and the fact that he's still here doesn't give me a lot of hope. And you just get to see some new action shots. You get to see Henry Cavill with Lois Lane and his mother, as well as a pretty cool lineup shot at the end, yeah. So why am I not excited? Well, here's the thing. I didn't really like Man of Steel, and I didn't really like Batman v Superman, the Ultimate Edition. And from what I could tell, those 2 films are Zack Snyder's takes, I guess, on DC films. Like, we've seen what he does with DC films, and like it or hate it, I just personally don't really like a lot of his films. And a lot of the things that I was worried about are present in this trailer still. First of all, the line at the end where Ben Affleck says, "Oh, he hasn't faced us yet," or United at least. Honestly, not a huge fan of that line. I'm really not. And then Steppenwolf is still here because I guess that was Zack Snyder's original intention to at least have Steppenwolf in most of the film. And that's not something that Joss Whedon really changed. He just kind of made him the main villain. And I guess Darkseid's going to show up eventually. But anyways, yeah, Steppenwolf is not a good villain. And I don't see a lot of ways that, Zack Snyder can make him a more compelling villain in the editing room. On top of that, I have to imagine a lot of the main sort of framework, I guess, the skeleton of the film is going to remain the same, like Mother Boxes, Steppenwolf, the Justice League assembling them, all that sort of stuff. What's really going to change is the backstories, right? You're going to get to see Flash with his father, you're going to see Cyborg with his father, you get to see a shot of Cyborg's father, I guess, exploding because he's experimenting with the Mother Box. But from what I can tell, the main framework of this movie is going to remain the same, and it's just going to be Zack Snyderified. Now again, I respect everyone who is super excited for this film. I understand. Because to me, honestly, this does look better than the Justice League that we got in 2017. That is something that I am in full agreement on. I think this does look like it is an improvement on the 2017 version. But I don't know, to me personally anyways, if this is going to be a good film. Better? I think so. Good? I'm not sure yet. And I'm sure there are going to be more and more trailers put out, and I'm going to be more and more excited, I guess, if I see some more footage. But as of right now, as of what he showed at DC Fandome, I'm not sure yet. I think the jury's out for me. I can be swayed either way. And right now, I'm leaning towards, yeah, I'll see it, but I don't know if it's going to be good. Anyways, those were my thoughts on the new Snyder Cut Justice League trailer. Again, I know my opinion is probably in the minority, so please just be respectful in the comments down below, and we can have a great discussion about the Snyder Cut trailer. Also, let me know what you guys thought about the Snyder Cut trailer, and again, subscribe if you haven't already because I'll be covering a ton of stuff from DC's fandom. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.